And he was like, well, I want to do something about your transition. And I was like, okay, cool. He's like, you able to talk? And I said, yeah. So he was like, all right, we finished the conversation. And he was like, well, I'm sending a photographer to your house for a photo shoot. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let me swag up a little bit. It wasn't nothing too serious, just a little suit with the usual chain and a shirt under there, but it was all right.
Perk, it's serious. It's serious.
Hey, Cassidy, I just want to point out right now, last Hoop Streams episode, we got almost 1.5 million viewers. This is my call to action for everyone who's tuned in right now. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We want 2 mil tonight. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. This could be our last one. Like I said, let's go. Because the Lakers, they're trying to win their 17th title, as I mentioned before, and tie the Celtics for the most ever. And it would be their first title since 2010 when Kobe and the Lakers beat your Celtics, Perk. And look, LA is wearing their black Mamba unis tonight that Kobe helped design. The Lakers are undefeated in them this postseason, looking to go 5-0, trying to bring that Mamba mentality to the bubble and bring Larry O'Brien back to LA. It's definitely something that's not lost on LeBron and Anthony Davis.
It means something. It's something more than just a uniform. It represents an individual who gave a franchise 20 years of his blood, sweat, and tears, and his dedication to his craft, both on and off the floor, to make that franchise be proud of him, and hopefully vice versa.
Obviously, his legacy in the NBA and then just with the organization period is something special. And for us to, like I say, close it out, in his honor is something that we look forward to. Something that an insane amount of pressure for sure. Because we don't want to lose, we don't want to let them down. Anytime we lose in the jerseys, we feel like we let them down, and we don't want to do that. We want to remain undefeated.
And of course, whenever you think of Kobe, you can't help but think about Vanessa Bryant and their daughters. And Vanessa posted on her Instagram story, Mamba and Mambacita jerseys approved for Game 5. So just so you know. If they don't win tonight, the Unis will be back for Game 7 because the Heat are slated to wear black in Game 6. And Perk, you heard it there. Anthony Davis say himself about the pressure. Kobe's memory looms large over this team, but are they adding pressure to themselves wearing these uniforms tonight?
Well, one thing about it, Cass, is that LeBron James, he invites pressure. And I'm not about to get into that whole stance about him being the guy that loves pressure, who has been able to handle pressure since the age of 16. But I love what Anthony Davis said. It is pressure on them to close this thing out. They're up 3-1. They have the ball in their court. The Miami Heat, I hear Jimmy saying that they want to win and that no one's thinking about losing, but their bags are packed right now. Their bags are packed just in case. And the Miami Heat do have about 65 to 70% of doubt in their head. So it's on the Lakers to close this out. They're up 3-1. They don't want to give the Miami Heat no hope. Keep their foot down and keep mashing the gas.
Amin, out of the yep. Go ahead, Amin.
No, I was just going to say, first, I don't know about the Heat being 65 or 70% sure they're going home. I think they believe they're going to win. But the point is, for the Lakers, the pressure isn't to live up to the Kobe jerseys or anything like that. The pressure is to win. The pressure is to win. For LeBron, his 4th championship, his 3rd, perhaps Finals MVP with 3 different teams, the first time in NBA history. For Anthony Davis, his 1st title. The reason why you want to win, there's no bigger pressure than because I want to win. Not because of him or because of her or because of y'all. It's because of the guys in that locker room. And then the other thing is what Perk said is, you want to eliminate all hope from Miami's mind. They got hope tonight, but you want to kill it because if you lose tonight, you know what Miami says? All we need is one more. All we need is one more. All we need is one more.
Yeah, to your point, Amin, regardless, the legacy of Kobe Bryant will forever live on through this Lakers franchise. And obviously tonight, LeBron James is looking to add to his legacy by adding a Lakers chapter. Meanwhile, Dwight Howard in his 2nd chapter, if you will, with the Lakers. And look, he's had quite a changing of his legacy a bit in this turnaround. Remember, he joined up with Kobe back in 2012. It was an experiment that failed, well, just greatly. He left as a free agent less than a year later, and then Look, we fired up the Twitter time machine for this one because on his way out of town in April of 2013, he tweeted, "I hope I get the chance to make it up to you. Thank you, LA." Amin, win or lose, has he made it up to Lakers fans?
I think he absolutely has. Remember, Dwight Howard, ladies and gentlemen, beginning of the year, we didn't even know he was going to be on an NBA roster. And so not only did he come to this Laker team on a non-guaranteed minimum deal, but he quickly played himself into being the best center on the roster, Anthony Davis not being a center, obviously. And we saw him have contributions not only throughout the regular season, but throughout the playoffs as well. Not only as a finisher, an immense finisher, which we always knew he could do, but defensively, as a teacher, as a backline kind of middle linebacker, communicating and making that Laker defense better by his presence there. I don't think there's a Laker fan alive now who doesn't look at Dwight Howard and say, you know what, it's all right. You made up for it.
Perk, your thoughts on Dwight Howard, who we don't know yet if he's going to start again. I mean, he only played about 6 minutes in the last game because Markieff Morris started the second half. But your thoughts on, just the impact that Dwight Howard has had on this Lakers team this season?
Well, first of all, you got to give credit to Rob Pelinka in the front office for taking a chance on Dwight Howard. Like Amin said, Cass, no one wanted to take a gamble on him. He was low risk, though, for high reward, and he's been more than that. Dwight Howard has been delivering all season. He was phenomenal last series against Jokic, one of the best bigs in the game. All the Laker fans are happy with him. I'm happy with him. I'm satisfied with what he brought to the table because not only is he on the verge of helping the Lakers win the championship, but he saved his career. I think he added at least 1 or 2 more years on the back end of this on the back end of this season, and he showed that, hey, I'm still of value to a team. I still could play. I'm still one of the most athletic bigs in the game today. I still could anchor a defense. I could catch lobs and be a lob threat at the rim, and that's what he showed. And look, everyone should be praising and giving Dwight Howard his flowers because he came in. He didn't want a guaranteed contract when they tried to guarantee it early in the season. He wanted to keep it non-guaranteed to make sure that he stayed focused and to make sure that he proved to the organization that he was down and that he was all in and that he was going to be a star in his role, and he's did just that.
And you can also say the same thing about Rajon Rondo, who pretty much saved his career, and this season proving to be the third most important Laker on this team during this bubble experience. So Rajon, Dwight, and the Lakers 1 win away from the title. Let's take a look back at how we got to this point.
The biggest stage. I'm ready for this.
We have to learn from our mistakes and be better on Tuesday.
Welcome to Game 4 of the NBA Finals. Bam Adebayo back in it. James goes inside and throws it down. Bam Adebayo back up and in. James, a couple of three-point bombs. James against Butler, one-on-one. Baseline shot, it's good. Butler drives and the game is tied. Davis for three. Bang! The Lakers are back in control of these NBA Finals.
So that sets this up. LeBron James has never lost in his finals career with a chance to clinch the series. With a win tonight, he'd become the first player ever with 4 wins without a loss in those games. It could be a closeout game for Malika Andrews as well, who's on day 102 inside the bubble. And Malika, first things first, are you packed?
Halfway, a quarter way, part of the way.
I get it. You don't want to jinx yourself. Look, the Miami Heat said that they have no plans on going home. But however, we'll see if they are at full strength. They got Bam last game. What more can you tell us about the status of Goran Dragic, though?
Unfortunately, Cassidy, from everybody that I have spoken to, the expectation is that Goran Dragic will not be on the floor for Game 5. Last game, he was listed as doubtful, just like he was headed into this game. He went out on the floor. He warmed up. He was actually able to shoot okay, but then when he was asked to get down in a defensive stance, he was in a considerable amount of pain, and he quickly looked at the trainer and said, you know what, I'm going to be a liability here, and that's the one thing he doesn't want to be to his teammates. There hasn't been a lot that has changed, I'm told, even though Goran has been getting treatment around the clock for the last 48 hours. It just doesn't seem like he's going to be able to be healed enough to not be in pain to be able to be out on the floor with his teammates.
Man, it has just been heartbreaking watching him just give it his all to try to be out there during these finals. As NBA veteran, it has been a shame that is how it's played out for him. Meanwhile, this is interesting. The Lakers, they have both LeBron and AD on the injury report. Is there any cause for concern there?
Not really, Cassidy. They've actually been on the injury report as probable with those same injuries a couple of times before throughout this playoff run. And really, at this point, I actually asked Bam Adebayo the other day how he's feeling, how a couple days off has helped him. And he said at this point, everybody is feeling a little bit banged up. And that's the case with the Lakers as well. When you go through not only a long season before the hiatus, but then have to get your body quickly back into game shape after not having played 5-on-5 for a good amount of these guys for several months, it's just challenging. At this point, I would expect most of them to be feeling some bumps, some bruises, and that's the case for LeBron James and Anthony Davis, but they're both going to be out on the court. And more than that, LeBron James, even yesterday had his media availability. Today, walking into the arena, he is all business. He wants to get this thing open and shut.
Malika, it took me legit 5 hours to pack before I left. So best wishes to you and your super producer, Melinda. Happy birthday to her, by the way. When and if this thing wraps up tonight. Thanks again for joining us on Hoop Streams, my lady.
Thanks for having me, Cassidy.
Malika and Melinda, dynamic duo there in the bubble. And this dynamic duo, a big reason why the Lakers are one win away from an NBA title. It's their play and their bond. And before the finals started, LeBron James and Anthony Davis talked about their relationship. Take a listen.
You've seen the movie Step Brothers before, right? Yes. There it is.
Are you Will Ferrell or?
Yeah, I'm Will Ferrell for sure. I get on his nerves a lot, for sure. I go in and mess with his drums and everything when he's not watching you. Yeah, that's me. I get on his nerves a lot.
Hey, I'm fine with that. That's actually it's a great movie, by the way. But yeah, I mean, we're kind of like step brothers. I mean, yeah, very close. He could be Will Ferrell. If he wants to be Will Ferrell, then that's fine. But as long as he give me 4 more wins, and then I'll be cool.
Perkin to me, and of course we had to give the movie poster treatment here. You can hear Anthony Davis. He kind of wanted to be Will Ferrell, but I will tell you, being in the bubble, watching these two, they wait for each other after every media availability. They are attached by the hip. So it got us thinking if LeBron, yes. I mean,
boats and those. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Boats and those.
Exactly.
I gotta have me my boats and those.
Yes. Look, I think Step Brothers is an underrated comedy. I hated it the first time I saw it, but as I watched it over and over again, it got better and better. But it got us thinking about, all right, if Anthony Davis and LeBron are stepbrothers, who are some of his other teammates?
Ooh.
We have bad boys, LeBron and D-Wade, even though here we have LeBron's head on Martin Lawrence, on Mike Lowry, and D-Wade is the Will Smith. I think I would swap the two, but I mean, I don't know. How do you guys feel? This is the right movie cover for D-Wade and LeBron.
Hey, Cassidy, it's called Wade County, not James County.
Fair. What do you think about this one, Perk? Forgetting Kyrie Irving. As in forgetting Sarah Marshall? A comedy about getting dumped.
Look. Go ahead, Amin.
No, okay, I got a crazy story about forgetting Sarah Marshall. We went to the Western Conference playoffs against the San Antonio Spurs, and they beat us when Tim Duncan hit that crazy shot. And we stayed 5 days in San Antonio. Don't ask me why. And between those 5 days, we went and watched Forgetting Sarah Marshall, which is a funny movie. And then we went and lost game 2 at the end as well. And since that movie came out, I have never seen it again, because all I think about is the pain of losing 2 games in San Antonio and having to spend a week in that awful, awful city with that smelly river wall.
Oh my gosh.
I hate it.
Okay, I think I'm pretty confident that neither of you guys have seen this movie. This probably not because it's a fake movie, but the Brotherhood of the Traveling Teammates, which is the sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. But that's JR inside the picture, or on the picture inside the pant pocket. But it just, JR can win another championship with LeBron. This one he's probably not going to be taking his shirt off after, but, just saying. So look, we just ran through a bunch of LeBron's teammates, but let's focus on, the top 5 player that he's currently playing with. And the debate that we talked about in last show in this finals MVP, both LeBron and AD have been impressive. So Perk, which guy right now, when we last asked you, you said you would have to pick AD. But at this point, heading into Game 5, who has the stronger case for the finals MVP?
Well, I got to go with LeBron, and here's why. AD numbers in Game 3, even though they lost, LeBron still was flirting with a triple-double, and his numbers were still phenomenal. And even in Game 4, LeBron James' numbers were phenomenal, and AD was like 22, 9, and 5. So I have to give it to LeBron James. And if LeBron James win this Finals MVP, his rap sheet in the final is going to be longer than the holiday weekend. I mean, just think about it, right? Just think about all the accolades that he's building up in the finals. I feel like every single minute that, either Mark Jackson or Mike Breen or Jeff Van Gundy is speaking, they're saying he's breaking another record or hitting another milestone. So to me, right now, if I had to pick one, it's LeBron James for the finals MVP.
What about you, Amin?
LeBron, I had the vision. I had the foresight. I know he's the straw that stirs the drink, and he's been stirring. He's been stirring, and he's been stirring. And I'll tell you something. What Perk said, it's not just he's breaking records. You hear things like he has more rebounds than Kareem. Kareem? He's got more assists than Magic. Magic? These are the heights of the heights. Kareem is one of the greatest rebounders of all time. Magic is one of the greatest passers of all time, if not the greatest passer of all time. And LeBron, his ability to show up with the greatest of all time conversation in so many different categories just speaks to his excellence, his sustained excellence over this now 10 years of being in the finals. It's LeBron. It was never a doubt for me if the Lakers won. It was always going to be LeBron.
And as I told you, he's been historic in closeout games. And just look at what happened in the last series. He had a 38-point triple-double to close out the Nuggets. But look, we're talking so much about the Lakers, one win away from a championship. Who's going to be finals MVP? I'm sure Heat fans are wondering, we're still in this thing. So I think it's just about the right time to get a little heat check.
Thanks, Cass. You already know what time it is. Christine Williamson, Omar Raja, still down in the bubble, and you've been there for a while. So I want to ask you, I'm assuming you've met people. Who was the smartest guy that you've met while in the bubble?
Duncan Robinson, because he was super complimentary of my whole story. He knew who I was. We were getting ice cream. But I do have to judge because I was getting vanilla, and I think he got like pineapple ice cream, which made me kind of doubt how smart he really was, because that's an awful flavor. But then we talked for about 2 to 5 minutes. I don't know how long. And he knew, he's very knowledgeable about sports media. I think people saw that he thought he was going to be working in sports media. So he was a big fan of mine. So for that reason, he's number one.
Okay, so I do have something to ask you before I go to the next thing. Yeah. Was it pineapple ice cream or pineapple sorbet?
It was pineapple ice cream. It was you know how you can get the soft serve vanilla? You can get soft serve pineapple. As weird as that sounds. I don't know. I don't know how they did it. I mean, Disney's different. So that's what happened.
I question his judgment just a little bit as well. Yes. Well, I do know that Jimmy Butler is a genius. He figured out how to get $20 for a cup of coffee, which is absolutely ridiculous. And now he's apparently figured out how to beat the Lakers tonight. Check this out.
Hi, Jimmy. What will be the keys to win Game 5?
Score more points than the Lakers.
So, Omizi, that seems pretty simple. Are we just overthinking this whole thing?
No, I think that was his demeanor during the whole media day yesterday. He was just super serious. He wasn't really. He was like, I don't view this as a win or go home. I view this as a win or a win. And I'm like, okay, like it is what it is. So, listen, I personally feel like it's over. My heart tells me it's over. It just feels over. But then my head will be like, hey, all the games have kind of been close recently. Even the last game kind of felt close. So I get why the Heat would still be confident. There's still a shot here, but man, 3 games seems really tough.
That would be tough. But let me remind you about a guy named Gary Payton. This is the same Gary Payton who played for both the Lakers and the Heat in his career. He picked a side, and he's got a message to the Miami faithful in the Players Tribune. He said, everyone doubts you right now. Everyone's writing you off. They're getting ready to crown them other guys. They're shining up that trophy for them. They've got that champagne on ice. But they forgot about one thing. Y'all are still here. Y'all are still here, and y'all belong here. Next 3 games are for the culture. They forgot about the Miami effing Heat. So I know you just said 3 games would be tough, but 3 games for the culture. How do you feel about that?
So Eric Spoelstra was asked a question about the Gary Payton piece, and he said it gave him goosebumps. Goran Dragic was sharing it around with his teammates. So I believe it. I believe that they're all going to read this. Jimmy Butler's going to read this. They're going to be super motivated. They're going to be super into it. And then LeBron's going to drop 50 because he hasn't had that signature finals game during the series. And then we'll say, oh, never mind. But listen, I know the Heat will be ready. I just don't think it's going to be enough.
I feel like Gary Payton just wants to see more basketball, so he's trying to motivate the Heat to be able to play more games because we don't want the NBA season to be over yet, even though it's been forever since we've been going through this basketball season. All right, so I'm not going to ask you for a prediction at all, but I want to ask you 2 things. First of all, we talked about how you've been in the bubble for a very long time. How long have you been there?
July 28th. So it'll be like 70 days, 75 days.
That's a long time. So
a very long time.
Let's just assume the Lakers win. Are you taking the first flight out of Orlando?
Yes, Delta flight at like 9 a.m. from Orlando Airport to New York City. I am gone. I will be free. And I have to move soon. So if anyone out there has a rental property that they want to let me know about, let me know. Because I have to move like legit in 2 weeks. So I need the season to kind of wrap up fast.
Okay, but of course you want your Heat to win, right? Like we still.
Yeah, I mean it'd be great. It would be great, but I am prepared mentally for it not being the case. So I'm looking at the positives. Like, hey, now you'll have a place to sleep every night,
which is
because
important.
You didn't wait until the 2 days before your lease to expire to find a spot.
At least if you stay in the bubble a little longer, you can just sleep there.
I can. That's a good point. That is a good point. That is a good point.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens tonight. Thanks, Omar, and good luck with moving. I didn't even know you were moving, so good luck.
No worries.
All right, thanks, guys. You're looking right now at the arena as we're about 3 minutes away from the start of Game 5, which is live on ABC and the ESPN app. And you can log into your cable providers now to watch the game live in the ESPN app. Before we get to Game 5, we got, it's been a while, So there's no other time but now, because this may be our last show. Winners and losers, take it away.
That's right, Cassidy. This might be the last winners and losers, so we got to make it count. Let's start with the big winner, LeBron James. He's probably going to get Finals MVP, but he definitely got on the Wheaties box. This is great because it's not just him. It's also the I Promise Academy in Akron. Great job by LeBron making a difference off the court. You are a hero to millions across this nation, no matter what some people might have to say about that, LeBron. So shout out to you. Loser! Anyone who bet on the Lakers -7 in Game 4, that's right. The Lakers were 7-point favorites, and they would have walked away with it if it wasn't that meddling Tyler Hero hit that 3. And here are the gamblers all over the world.
Promises made! Promises delivered! W Network giving it cha-ching! Cha-ching!
We have a time of death. You can detect the time of death right there when he collapses and he crumples. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Sorry to all the gamblers. Mike Ryan, producer of the Love Talk Show. He's one of those people. Winner, prayer. I don't care how excited y'all are about Tyler Hero. My friend Perkins thinks he's an all-star next year. This one was a Hail Mary. He did not mean to do this. He was probably trying to bank it. He just threw it as high as he could because Anthony Davis was in his face. Guess what? Prayer does work from time to time. So congrats to Jesus for helping Tyler Hero there. Loser. Wheaties.
What?
Wait a second. This was LeBron's first time on the Wheaties box?
Seriously.
What have y'all been doing? Who have y'all been putting on this box? Have you guys just been handing it out to anybody? It's LeBron freaking James. He's a three-time champion. He's a four-time MVP. He's a 16-time All-Star. This is the first time, Wheaties. Who's asleep over there? Wake up. Watch some basketball for a change. And finally, winner, speaking of watching basketball, Adam Silver. Cassidy, I'm here to let everyone know. Everyone says Amin never says he's wrong. Amin never apologizes. I apologize. Months ago, I said the bubble would never happen. Months ago, I said there was no chance they'd do this without someone getting sick. They did it. They did it to perfection. We had no scares. We just had one guy go get some wings and another guy maybe get COVID tested a little bit too much in the bubble. But other than that, we were 100% perfect. So I say shout out to Adam Silver and everyone at the NBA. You proved me, the biggest skeptic, wrong.
Seriously, I mean, hats off because it has been a success. Perk, we can't have winners and losers and not bring this back first. Listen.
We're going to have a parade on Heat Island, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, so does that mean you're going with the Heat to win the finals?
Heat in 6.
Heat in 6. Wait,
Whoa.
Perk, how many games do you have the Lakers winning in?
I got the Lakers in 6, and I actually was being generous because I actually got so much love for them goons in Dade County, for the goons in Dade County. But I really think it might be in 5, but I just, made it 6 just out of respect for the Heat. Now, you know what my grandpa used to tell me, right, Cassidy? When two men disagree on something, the next word is bet. You understand? So you want a better nice little steak dinner on this? If I win, I just cash app. Take a picture, send you my receipt, and you could just cash app me the money,
Turkey leg.
How you feeling, Amin?
Yeah. You know what? I still got the cigar
turkey leg hut.
For me, look, hey, I'm not mad at it. The moral victory for me is that people got hurt, and so it really wasn't the same, but a bet's a bet. And Perk, me and you, turkey leg hut, next time I'm in Houston, which is hopefully sooner rather than later. You got to help me cut the line, though. That's the only thing I got to ask of you.
Ooh,
but I got the meal on me.
Perk, is that your order? Is that your order already? What's your order into Turkey Leg Hut?
I already got it. Look, the Cajun bowl with the salmon, the macaroni and cheese with crawfish tails, with the dirty rice with the shrimp Alfredo, and then I'm gonna get a funnel cake to top it off, and then I'm gonna get a classic cream soda that I put Amin on that costs about $50. I'm gonna run the tab up. I'm telling you, I'm gonna run the bill up.
I'm a man of my word. You got it, bro.
Hey, guys, I cannot believe that you guys going to the Turkey Leg Hut was in this same season. If this is our last show this season, wow, has it been a year. And it's always a pleasure to work with the two of you on Hoop Stream. So appreciate you both and enjoy Game 5.
Man, that was it.
Thanks, Cassidy.
Yeah, thank you. And guys, look, as I told you, the Heat and Lakers are coming. You were ready to watch the game. You see, Perk was ready to take his mic off and everything because Game 5 is underway right now on ABC, and you can watch it live on the ESPN app if you log into your cable providers now. Thank you for watching. If there is a Game 6, it will be Sunday, and you, of course, will see us pre-game. See you guys.